Talamo one enemy gang, and welcome back to another Path of Exile 2 video. And today I have a little showcase focused mostly on the companions. Of course, we are running a duo companion tactician build. If you haven't seen the build, I'll leave the link in the description. I'm also working on the mobility's guide for the build. It should be up later today. So of course our build is heavily customizable due to the fact that we run two different companions, so we can get two different companions of each having different mods depending on the situation. So I have a few mapping and bossing runs I want to show you guys today, just to give you guys an idea of what this looks like and some options you might be interested in using. Just give you an idea of what mods you want to focus on when farming for companions, the most optimal mods, the best mods for utility. There's some variety builds you can come up with depending on the mods you choose for your companion. I'll end the showcase with a Xesht run as well, just to show you guys how capable the build is in general. Okay, let's first talk the best damage mods for your companions, because everyone and their grandmother loves doing damage. So when it comes to damage, extra physical damage aura and haste aura will be your go-to for sure. These are the optimal choices if you want to deal as high damage as possible. So I have two different companions for this. I have one that has haste aura and damage always shocks, as well as another one that has extra physical damage aura with damage always shocks as well. Now you can have double of either of them. You can have double haste aura or either double extra physical damage aura. Both are still good, both are still a DPS increment. So extra physical damage gives you 20% increased physical damage, global physical damage, right? Like this is the base physical damage, not added damage, not more damage, but the base. So everything is added after the base is added to the damage. So it's like it's a massive DPS increase is what I'm trying to say. Again, I'm not the best mathematician, but I know it's like a base increment, which is just insane. So imagine having 40 increased global physical damage on your build. That's just stupid. Now sadly I don't have a double physical damage aura build. I do have another companion with physical damage, but he does not shock, and I prefer having two companions that can do shock as well. So for me, I have an extra physical damage aura and a haste aura on both of my companions, and man, it feels good. Haste aura, I didn't explain, gives you 20% increased attack speed and cast speed, as well as 10% increased movement. So attack speed is also a DPS increase if you didn't know, and this works amazingly on the shock based rounds and the galvanic shards, which I use for my damage, for my clear and my bosses and unique runs. So again, if you want massive damage, either run extra physical damage aura or haste aura, double of either options or one of each, one physical damage aura and one haste aura. And in this boss run, you can see that I'm trying to stay as close to your companions as possible. You have to stay within the presence to get those buffs. If you step away from the companions, your damage kind of falls off. So you have to always stay close to your companions. Now, the second idea I had, sticking to the subject of damage, was how do I make my companions hit as hard as possible? And from my testing so far, Conjure's Lightning Storm is the best mod you can get if you want your companions to hit hard. So I spent about 1 hour 40 minutes farming for a boar that had Conjure's Lightning Storms, and I did find something decent. So it had Lightning Storms, Trail of Lightning, and Lightning Mirages when hit, and I already have a quadrilla that conjures lightning storms. So this run here was me trying to see just how much damage can my companions do without me not doing anything, right? Just staying in the back and let them go to work with lightning storms. And I can say it's decent, but it's just not worth it in my opinion. And this is with the Tactician node that lets my companions deal 25% of my weapon's damage. So you can see me here just chilling in the background while the companions go to work with the lightning storms. Now the damage is decent, like it's okay, But remember what I said in my guide, this is not a minion build. You are not sitting in the back whilst your minions do the work for you. No, with the companions you have to fight with them. So it's shared damage with this build, mostly taking advantage of the mods from the companions. Now you can see like the damage is decent, bro. Like it's okay, but like you deal so much damage that you don't actually need this. Sometimes you clear mobs so fast that the lightning storms from the companions won't even come out. Now it's cool, it's actually very fun, but it's not something I'll try to invest in. I'm actually like the two companions I have for this are not even invested in. These are both 0 quality and they both have 3 gem slots, right? My previous build with the all damage shocks, with my haste aura and physical damage aura, they have 4 sockets and they are max quality, 20 quality each. But for these I haven't yet invested fully because I just don't feel like it's worth it, right? You deal more damage than the companions, so it's not worth running both lightning. So but if you want your companions to hit as hard as possible, from my testing so far, Conjure's lightning storms on both companions is the best option. But if you can find a companion that has extra physical damage aura, haste aura, as well as Conjure's lightning storms and all damage shocks, trial of lightning, then that's like the ultimate companion, bro. Like keep in mind these are very rare. I'm level 88. I've been farming for companions for so long. I haven't found a single companion that has those mods, so it's not that easy to find. Moving on to more defensive options, and without a doubt, Invulnerability aura is the best defensive option on your companions. However, it's one of the most rare mods you can find. Like it's so difficult to farm for Invulnerability aura. I only have 2 companions that have horrible mods that have Invulnerability aura, a Quadrilla and a Boar. Like the mods for these are trash. The perfect mods you'd want for these are of course damage or shocks, Invulnerability aura, as well as maybe like Conjure's lightning storms or Trial of Lightning as well. But this mod is so rare, bro. Like yesterday I spent 2 hours, bro, 2 hours farming, and on the last run, just before I was about to give up, I got a Boar that had Invulnerability aura and like, you know, fire explosions and all that. But overall, not the best mods you want on your companions. Now, running 2 companions means you can also run 2 different companions that both have Invulnerability aura. Now, whilst this is good, it's not as broken as you think it might be, because most of the time the aura pulses at the same time on the companions. So it could have been ideal if one had a slower pulse than the other, so you could get them at different intervals. But I think GGG thought of this beforehand. It could be so busted. So the reason why it's good to have Invulnerability aura on both companions is sometimes your companions will be far from you and you don't know which one will be close to you. Sometimes the other one will be doing something else, the other one will be left behind. So having one with Invulnerability aura is still good. You can have like one with Invulnerability aura while the other has like a haste aura as well as shocking, right? I do have a setup for this. It works okay, but sometimes you'll be close to your companion that only has shock and aura. Also, the one with Invulnerability aura is doing something else. Sometimes you find it difficult to shock the boss because you only have one companion that shocks. So there's always a downside to these builds. Again, it all depends on what you're really looking for. If I'm going into a boss fight where I know, okay, I can't tank hits from this boss, I'm feeling squishy, very vulnerable, a lot of AoE effects, damage over time effects, I always run double Invulnerability aura, at least since yesterday, because I didn't have a build with this setup, and this setup cannot shock the companions cannot shock, so I have to manually shock myself with galvanic shards before I switch to shock based rounds and facing a unique or a boss, which isn't really fun. I just like it when my companions apply shock for me. So the ultimate defensive build is of course Invulnerability aura, as you see in the boss run I'll post later. But again, these are companions I haven't invested in. They both are 0 quality, so they are expensive. I had to sacrifice my Trinity to make this work. Trinity is a huge damage increase, so the fight in this boss fight, the damage in this boss fight doesn't look that appealing, and that's mostly because I took off my Trinity Spirit support gem. But overall, this is a build you want. Like, ideally, Invulnerability Aura, damage always shocks, and Conjures Lightning Storms would be like the perfect companion in my opinion. But man, oh man, this shit is so rare and so hard to find, almost nigh impossible. Okay, and lastly, I want to showcase my Xesht run. So now the companions I used for the Xesht run were the same companions I showcased in my actual build. These are the companions I had when I just made it to maps. So I have a boa that always shocks, leaves shocks ground, and has magma barrier, as well as a quadrilla that breaks armor, conjures lightning storms, and always poisons as well. Not the ideal combo, but again, they offer some pretty good utility, and these are the companions I first had when I made it to map, so I still ran them against Xesht. The companions I run now, both for mapping and bosses, is the first combo I showed you. Sorry, Haste Aura as well as extra physical damage aura. That like deletes bosses, bro. It is so freaking strong. Eventually, I will try out the double extra physical damage aura as well.